Why have you summoned us all here? You better have a good explanation, you mortal.
We got to make fun of Kat Kerr. We got to do it. It's just
we have to.
Well, that's a good reason to summon us.
I mean,
so I have to say that the title of this is misleading because she doesn't have 500 angels.
Oh,
she has 5 billion.
Oh, billion. Oh,
billion.
We put the decimal point in the wrong place. I guess.
Reset.
You know, if you count the value of a soul, that's. Let me make some calculation here. That's like, wow, $0.
How weird to what a weird flex to be like, yeah, well, I've got like an army of like 500, 5 billion angels. And
really? Well, why don't you come with a more realistic number, like 3,900,562?
Right.
Why is it so exact?
I guess she was rounding up.
If you have an all-powerful God, then it's fine. You can have as many as you want.
Just say infinities.
But the thing is, okay, so there's a separate video that I've seen of Kat Kerr where she explains how angels work, and she says they work in teams.
Oh, so it's got to be even.
One comes down to see somebody, and then they have to go back up to heaven to get things like body parts, as she said.
Oh,
what? Body parts?
To replace things.
Do they also have one of those big keys in the back that you just wind?
Yeah, maybe. And she
said
in an ER, she saw a group of angels breathe the breath of God onto someone and save them.
It's like garlic breath. That's horrible.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah. I was just watching a thing where they were saying that that abortion is actually okay according to the Bible because the first time you breathe, because God breathed the breath of life, and so the first time that you breathe air, that's when you actually have a soul and all that shit.
According to Jewish tradition, you don't actually have a soul till you take 3 breaths, I believe.
3 breaths, right?
You're born. Your breath is like you're official now. You're an actual person.
And that's funny because that's always been my distinction. Anytime I get into these debates, I'm like, they're like, oh no, it's a living being, human and stuff. And I'm like, do humans breathe air out of the air? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, then they're not a human. Like they're not. That's a distinction. I feel like that separates humans from fetuses.
Until it's disconnected from the mother, it is a fucking parasite.
Right? Yeah, it really is. I mean, but
you're right. Yeah, because it needs a mother to survive. So it's have a relationship.
That's true.
They're a parasite till they're about 20.
Well, yes.
Let's be fair, really.
I mean, where it ends.
Yeah, I don't think it ends at 20 even.
No, it hasn't yet.
It's kind of funny because I love to, back in Abbotsford, around October, there's always this church group that goes out and protests in the street for abortion. It's always in October for some reason. And I usually like to mingle amongst them, and I ask them, what do you guys think about Numbers 5:11? And of course, none of them have any idea what it is. But for the audience, if you don't know Numbers 5:11, it's an actual abortion spell. It's an actual spell, like a magic spell.
Okay.
If you're a woman and you don't even have to be unfaithful to the guy, he just has to think so.
Yeah,
he's got to take it in front of the city, in front of the elders, and they mix some kind of bitter herb into a potion and make you drink it, and then bless this, bless that, and if it's supposed to make you miscarry if you have been unfaithful.
Yeah,
and it makes abortion spell. Actually, yeah.
And the women, they would get really sick, from what I understand. Like whatever it was basically poison that they gave, these poor women.
Wouldn't be surprising at all.
Yeah, and so because they even say that she'll swell up and stuff, her belly will swell. It's crazy, and so clearly God doesn't have a problem with it, as far as it's in the fucking Bible,
Clear instructions on how to perform a miscarriage or an abortion. Numbers 511.
So all you got to do is, my boyfriend thinks that, I slept with somebody else, and like, oh well, hey, that's biblical then.
You don't even get to say that.
But that's still more man permission, though.
Oh yeah,
right. Well, she can just lie and say anything.
Oh no, they'll check.
Oh yeah, like which man? Who is it?
Which man? He needs to come and sign off on this form before you get birth control. Like, these are actual laws. This is you're laughing, but these are laws. Like,
these are actual laws.
This is stuff people want passed. Like,
it's crazy. Yeah. That's why we're gonna be having Andrew Torres on Left of the Valley. Is that this coming weekend, Kevin?
Oh no! It's down the road. We're still talking with the manager It's gonna be in July somewhere.
July? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to be talking about, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
He's well versed in what's going on in that site, and he's going to go.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun.
This weekend we have a gentleman by the name of, oh God, where is his name? His name is Perry.
Keeps forgetting.
And he actually does a little thing called Religious Child Abuse News. And we're going to be talking much more in detail about the whole Kamloops thing that's happened.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I just saw them on Twitter. Yeah. I think okay, cool.
He's going to be
fascinating. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Anyway, we were talking about Kat Kerr.
Yeah. You want to get started on this?
Let's get this queued up. Let me cue it on up. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna start this, and then as soon as I start it, then y'all can pause if you want to say anything.
I need to.
We can't pause.
I need to buy a pink.
Get ready though. Come on.
Kat Kerr videos.
We don't have the control.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Stretch.
Yeah. All right, Kevin. Do 15 jumping jacks.
Go right now. Do it.
Hot.
Here we go. He's doing it.
It's always waking up. He was sleeping. He barely went to sleep last night.
Last night, I was out there sending 5 billion of them to go worldwide to make a sweep for the.
Hold on. Wow.
Like, of course.
5 billion of them. Wow.
Mr. Potato Head never says very much,
Is it too early for me to have a drink?
Yeah, well, and this guy looks like he took like a full-on bath in Nair before he got on, because he has no hair.
Doesn't even
not
have
even eyebrows. No. Like,
although from chemo, maybe that's why he's like so awed by her, because he's like riddled with cancer.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
eyes
just made it real dark, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains no eyebrows.
I think he's already dead inside. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
But he couldn't sound less enthusiastic either, though.
Wow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Brent. Can we really make fun of him for that?
I know.
I can't.
Well,
I feel like I would be enthusiastic. I'd be like, what? Really?
That would be my response. I'm too monotone. I'd be like, what? Oh, yes. That is interesting.
Well, you do that anyway.
That's what he's saying. 20 years in radio, I'm reduced to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can totally turn it on and have non-monotone. We can do this all day long, but I don't want to, because that's not how I talk.
5 billion. That's a lot of logistics. Right?
5 billion of them around the world.
Yeah, it's like almost 1 angel per person.
Yeah.
But okay, so I see your all-powerful God managing this, but he just gives them to Kat Kerr. He's like, Kat's like, yo, God, need about 5 bill angels. If you send them my way, I'm gonna get them going. I got this. I got you.
Look at that face.
Send me an invoice.
Could you say no to that face? Let me look at it.
Right. She's just like Dr. Evil.
Easy, but I'd be able to do it.
Actually, God talks to
5 billion angels.
It still bothers me, though, that she has these angel wing pictures in the background that she's not centered on. If she would center herself on them, I would feel so much better.
Do you think she thinks those are real angel wings?
They probably. She's like, I painted these myself. Yeah.
No, I actually got these on my trip to heaven back when we went in July.
Right. So, yeah, she's like, I just put some paint on the angel wing, and he laid down onto the canvas, and here we are.
He was getting them redone anyway, so he didn't mind losing the feathers. It was fun.
He was molting. The angel was molting, and I just collected the feathers. He should your skin too once in a while, you know?
Right.
Oh, so funny.
But I also want to know what kind of angel. Are we talking like?
Because that looks like a demon, right?
Sexy angel with like cool wings and shit? Or are we talking like biblical angel with like eyes everywhere and looks like a ring monster?
If you read the Bible, the angels are nothing at all like we would be picturing them at all.
No, they're terrifying.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah, they have like 3 heads and 1,000 eyes on them. It's like, yeah.
The one's just interlocking rings. What's that?
Is that in the Catholic Bible? Angels look like that, or is that in the Christian Bible too?
I think it's in both. Honestly, they have different kinds, you know. And it's like Ezekiel. I remember the one that Ezekiel sees. It's why everybody like says the aliens are in Ezekiel, is because it's like just a big thing of interlocking rings with like eyeballs all over it, you know. And it's just nonsense.
It's just good mushrooms, man. That's what it was,
right? Dude, I don't know what they were just looking at a tree probably with the knots or something, and they're just like, oh, look at the rings and the man.
You're like, the fruit off this tree tastes all weird, but it's cool.
I think the bread we ate was bad. What do you guys think?
I've been licking this frog.
The frog jumped in my wine, and then
frog from the plague of Egypt.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they got to say.
Next 30 days, 24 hours a day, to expose any unseen, unknown wickedness, evil, cheating, stealing, lying, controlling, whether it was spirits or people or humans, to pull them down and to stop the activities and make it known where it's talked about on television, where it's shown in magazines, where people will see and know what's going on. And
so, yeah.
What the fuck?
They're going to expose all the bad people. So, I think... what's that behind your shoulder, Kevin?
What's that?
What's that behind your shoulder, Kevin?
Might be an angel.
Jesus.
Like, it's not just 5 billion angels once. It's 24/7 angels for 30 days.
Wow. What was all that? Like, I feel like she's just throwing shit out there at that point. Just like
she's just saying words. She's like, "Let's sound this great," and they're going after things that are bad and other thing that is bad and other thing that is bad, and it's going to totally be exposed.
Oh, she's
everything.
Infomercial. Do you need evil eradicated? Call 1-800-Kat Kerr, and we'll send one of our 500 billion angels to you. 24/7, 365 degrees.
No, it's not. It's only for 30 days, Kevin. Don't get overzealous.
30 days.
Or free.
Once again, we talked about the 5 billion angels, but like, why is there a time limit on how much? Like, she's like, only for 30 days. Like, that's how long you can borrow angels from God. He has a time limit. Like, I don't understand here.
Yeah, they're 30-day contracts.
Right.
Okay.
A couple angels are about to show up, and they're like, "Oh, wait, no, this is my break. No, I'm not. No, hey, I'll contact the fucking union, dude. Okay,
I'm angels. We're the local 666. I know that'd be the bad angels.
Yeah, it'd be 777.
Straight to heaven.
Because it rhymes. That's why. That's why it's the holy number.
Oh, makes perfect sense.
These angels also can't believe it's not butter.
Jesus. Oh my God. All right, here we go.
I sent 5 billion last night out to go do that, and immediately they went, and they're going to go to every state and then every country, even some that people don't know about yet are about to find out about it.
Like countries
what?
Wow.
Wait.
Oh, it started again. I don't know what happened.
No, it's me, I think.
Yeah, it's over. Okay, but yeah, so she's
Angels, mofo.
So I'm gonna send them to every state and every country, even ones people don't know about yet.
There's countries apparently we don't know about. Atlantis.
I was just gonna
I knew it.
Right. Are there's secret countries? Maybe there's like a sky country too that we can't see. They just all live on clouds.
Like an Avatar.
No, not quite heaven. But
right,
somewhere in between.
Purgatory.
Purgatory.
Right.
Real
Do they have a country in purgatory? I guess there would be theocracy in purgatory, right?
The real estate is really
People are dying to get in.
Hey.
That was good. That was very good.
That was good.
I thought that dad jokes were Kevin's, dude.
I know a lot of them. I've been out of class. I'm sorry.
Hey, now. I'm right here.
So it's just like rubbing off now, right?
Oh, no.
You're infected now.
It's like our whole bag.
They're way better than dad jokes.
Hey.
I heard somewhere that women aren't as funny.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah, that's really that shit pisses me off actually because there are some really funny people out there, women.
I think that's a matter of opinion, really.
Well, the problem is it's funny is generally caused by trauma. So there's probably a lot of funny women, unfortunately.
Yeah,
sadly, I guess. And we're really good at punching up, so.
That's true.
Right? Yeah, you got some solid opportunities there, and we fucking deserve it.
Kat Kerr. How old is that woman? You figure?
I don't know, right?
Because the fact she's not in her 20s. It's obvious, and it's like, how long are you gonna play with that delusion there, dear? You're gonna go to your grave thinking you're some kind of prophetess and you're commanding 5 billion angels, whatever it was.
I feel like
it's just that thing where it's so absurd to me that it doesn't ring true even from her mouth. Like she can't believe it either. Like it's just a fun game.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because it just sounds like she's just saying something that just like, I can't believe people are still buying this. This is crazy. I'm just spitting this shit.
Nonsense. Like none of it actually makes sense.
I don't know.
It didn't.
I think a lot of these pastors out there, guys like Joel Osteen and all that, they're playing that line. They're kind of looking at each other like, yeah, right, But somebody like Kat Kerr, I would almost put money that she believes her own line.
You think?
I don't know. There's that crazy look in her eyes. It's like
I know, but some crazy people, they just know how to play it.
Well,
like,
she must be a fantastic actress. Then.
Yeah,
I can smell the crazy on her.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I actually think you're right. I think she does believe it, but she's just I don't know. I think she believes it, but I think she knows she can push the limits on it too. You know what I mean? Like I think she believes most of it, but
like
she can just
of it?
Keep going.
I think it's overly exaggerated. Like she believes she talks to God, but the 5 billion angels think she's like, I sent him out. Yeah, I totally told God to do that.
Yes. Yeah. Like she just keeps tacking, adding stuff on top of it. I think that.
I don't know. I think you guys are giving her more credit than she's due. I think this woman actually has mental illness issues.
Oh, definitely.
And I think she's actually a victim because if she had the kind of intelligence to know how to push it, she would have a much bigger audience than what she's got. She'd be mega pastor or something like that. They know how to sell it. They know how to push it. They know how to sell their product. She's just a crazy voice out there, and she just happens to be one of those easy guests to get on your shitty little Christian podcast.
But the problem is she's got it. So one, she's got a following, and two, she's a woman in that sphere.
Okay.
Yeah,
and so that's definitely going to affect her numbers.
Yeah, that's true. But she does have I want to say she has millions of people that follow her on different things. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's got
but how many of those are people like us that just go for a laugh?
Who knows? Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
How many of those are us pulling her videos to make fun of her?
Exactly.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be that.
I'm pretty sure all the atheist podcasts out there are going, let's pull down a video Kat Kerr again. And it's
Right? Oh, that's not the right one. Huh. Yeah, I was gonna try to look her up, but I don't see. But because I feel like the Friendly Atheist doesn't really like to put a spotlight on people unless they've got a significant following. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, because you don't want to put something out there and tell it to people because they have 30 viewers.
Right. Because you're just giving exposure.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. You're kind of becoming the you're platforming them at that point, kind of. You know. Which
and
is
who
why
knows
it's fine.
Who your listeners are? Maybe your listeners are the opposite side, watching you and laughing and pulling our videos into their podcast to make fun of us.
But at the same,
I hope somebody does that.
I wish
us.
they would.
I would love it. That means we've made it.
Yeah, that's how you know.
The people that like the Joel Osteen and all these other guys don't make these kind of comments. Yeah, they remain generally vague in their. They don't actually. You don't see Joel Osteen saying, "I went to heaven and spoke to aborted fetuses." You don't see that. You know, he'll talk about the Bible. He'll talk about being a good Christian, stuff like that. But he doesn't talk about his personal experience because he's a salesman.
I mean, give him a minute. Give him a minute. He'll get there. You know, it's a matter of time.
It's a bit like a used Ford salesman, you know, and they don't tell you that he's now driving a Ford.
I would.
Right?
Oh, right. I would so love it if the next time he comes out, he's got pink hair and he's just like, "I actually went to heaven, y'all."
I have been to heaven.
No, what you see with Kat Kerrs, the kind of stories that you see out of some of these weirdo pastors that are coming out of Africa a lot. You know, the guys that sit, like the pastor that sits on people and farts them to holiness. That's one of them. And the other guy who makes his crowd eat grass because and the other guy that's jerking off on them because he says he's got holy milk in his mouth. Yeah, these are all true. This is all. Yeah,
wow.
This is the kind of stupidity.
I'm so glad I'm an atheist.
Just the kind of stupidity Kat Kerr pulls, but because she's Caucasian, and like you said, maybe the point that she's also a woman and she's in North America, they'll listen to her. But it's the same level of craziness that you'll see out these weirdo pastors in Africa. They're all trying to out crazy each other to get the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, and I wonder if it helps because that's news exposure.
Yeah, it's exposure rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jeez, that's so weird.
All right, so we should just start saying crazy shit.
Yes.
Right?
I know. We need to wear a funny hat too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What kind of hats are we gonna wear?
I don't know.
Tinfoil?
No, I'm thinking something with horn.
I mean, but I didn't grow all this hair out to just wear a hat.
Well, you need like a fedora to like add to it, almost like in like.
Those upstairs.
Get fedoras upstairs.
You gotta look like Gambit, you know how he's got the fedora with the hair.
I'm with it. Yeah. I mean, because I was like, once COVID hit, I had just gotten a fresh haircut, real short, and I was like, you know what? No more haircut.
Right? Yeah, I feel you.
Just let it go.
Kevin actually pulls off a fedora. I'm gonna say I've seen a couple pictures with you in a fedora. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I see you.
Right. We should make some sort of unapologetics hats.
Yes. I could do that. They'll be red with like no skin. No red hats. We can't. That's ruined forever. You can't.
Can we get the little spinny thing on top?
Nice.
Yes, that would be that. Yes, the spinny. Yeah.
And it can be. We can also, each one of us can have one, and it's like a talking stick. You got to put the hat on to talk. You can remove the hat, but somebody else puts the hat on.
Okay. There's a couple of logistical problems with that, Kevin.
You would have a hat
through the screen.
No, you can Photoshop it. You know, it's the magic of it.
It's your turn.
We got a space problem in that we're not in each other's.
Spending time in space. Yeah, we'll get around to it.
But once to actually speak, when we put it on, we have to spin the top.
Yeah, If things not spinning, you can't talk.
Exactly. So
you get one good spin, and once it stops spinning, you're done.
These are good rules.
You know, that scratching record.
I'm gonna do this at my next party just to annoy people.
Right? It's not spinning, dude. It's not. No. You got to drink now. You got to drink now.
I want to talk. I want to talk.
I never understood drinking games as an adult.
What?
Because I don't need like an excuse to drink. I'm just gonna drink.
I'm offended. Okay.
I'm going to be going to a luau where there's going to be, beer pong and flip cup. Two games I've never played.
I saw something.
Oh, beer pong's great.
Beer pong. It was called Battle Shots. It's like Battleship, but there's
I'll
shots
play
on the
that
ship.
too. I'll absolutely play that.
That's fucking brilliant.
Oh, I'm telling her all about that. We're going to play that instead of beer pong.
I think that's a great thing.
No, beer pong's good. I'm great at beer pong, man. I can even do it. Oh, you're Utah Outcast. Hey,
They've never played a drinking game.
What?
I am not a fan personally.
Like,
but you should.
That's why.
I don't drink, so I get you. I get you.
I see the Utah.
Well, all their alcohol sucks there, so they don't. It's like the beer is like half as strong as like everybody else's beer, and in Utah, it's like 3.5 or something. ABV versus like the normal 5.
I live in Texas. We can get beer that's 12.
Yeah. That's exactly. I'll get like IPAs and stuff at the corner store that are like 9.
Brent.
Not any. What?
Brent. IPAs are trash.
No, they're not.
Yes,
no, they're not.
Look up the history of an IPA. The history of IPA was shit beer from the beginning, and it continues to be shit beer.
No.
Warren Rowe would agree with you.
He's just wrong. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. It's it happens.
Drink vodka.
They are. They taste kind of weird, but what I gauged it off it is that it doesn't give me hangovers like those other trash ones that are fucking super high gravity. Like if it says high gravity on it, it's gonna give you a hangover.
Canadian beer.
Oh yeah.
I guess Americans got a little embarrassed that your beer sucks so bad, so you start copying us Canadians.
I think, yeah.
What are we copying? Your Labatt Blue?
No, that's American, is it not?
No, it's not.
Really?
It's Canadian.
No.
It's more than the East.
To be honest with you, like drink vodka are better than beer.
Oh, see. Oh, wait.
I'm right.
Now we're gonna have the IPA fight. Look it up.
What?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, but how would history of IPA have anything to do with whether or not you like to drink?
I mean, I'm sure they're better now, but still, intentionally bitter. That's not the.
Oh, is that
point.
what they're? Is that why they taste so weird? They taste so strong.
Look,
all right, we'll look it up.
We could spend all night on this.
That's really what we're here for.
We're not doing an alcohol podcast.
Let's go back to mead.
And Kevin be like, I feel out of place here.
That's what
I know, right? I like bitter beer too.
Yeah.
It makes the bitter beer better.
No, we like better beer.
I mean, bitter beer.
Better beer?
You are what you drink.
Well, then I am fucked.
I'm just water.
I'm just drinking Bud Light because
I'm
lame.
Water or something. It's radioactive.
Water.
It is water. Yeah.
It's radioactive, I think.
I was gonna say it's green. What's going on? It's water.
The water here is clear. It's once Kevin adds his little drippy drops to it,
it's my
it
plutonium
changes color
secret.
and starts tasting like Kool-Aid.
It's my gamma radiation. I turned it off.
I was gonna say, what the fuck, dude?
You wouldn't like me when I'm thirsty.
Oh, man.
That's great.
Anyway, we have another video there before we move on.
So we do.
We do. Okay, so before we
hilarious.
play this next video, complete trigger warning: this guy uses some very terrible language.
Yeah, and I hope we don't get in
referring
trouble.
to certain people. We do not endorse this language at all. We think it is fucking tragic, but you
I don't know
have to
what
see
to
this
do,
because
but I
it's just
suspect I'm
bad.
going to be angry by the end of it.
Yeah, this
You'll be
dude's a
angry by
fucking-
the beginning of it.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this dude's a piece of
All right,
shit,
then.
like straight up. And that's this one.
Yeah, it should be the next one in line.
Wait.
Successful be real about that. Thanks, guys.
Is this one right here?
Nope, that's it. Not it.
Pretty much everything is tolerated.
But no. Hold on. Let me go back. Sorry, my bad. We'll do that one next. All right, here we go.
Get blood on your soul.
Needs to see some manly preachers.
Oh, God.
Fag, queer, skinny jeaned.
All right, hold on. What the fuck's with the skinny jeans?
Yeah, but look at him. He doesn't look very manly to me.
Oh, God.
He looks like a little bitch.
I want to be there so I can just get up, run down, and punch him in the face.
Right?
Right, I am mad. It just started. This is okay. Actually, I wouldn't punch him in the face. I'd actually kick him in the nuts.
He is not the picture of manliness. Look at this guy. Come on.
No.
Oh, no way.
I'm like in skinny jeans. Oh, I see. I can't see. And I am way manlier than he.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Look, I'm in a skirt, and I'm manlier than he is.
Is it more manly? Is it manlier or what?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
More manlier. Go for it.
But this crowd that he's preaching to, they're loving this. Like they are up and cheering. Like
this guy doesn't even have a chin. Look, how did he call him manly? He doesn't even have a chin.
Right, he looks like a character from Rick and Morty, where their head just kind of like it's like a drop shape that just goes into their head.
But it's this whole thing of manliness, and especially how we dress. But if you look through history and the way that men dress, like where's the line?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
like what actually defines a man as manly classically?
Yeah, pink used to be for boys.
Yeah, pink used to. And that was in fairly recent history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
And they wore dresses.
Wow. Men wore dresses. Men started out wearing dresses. Men were the first ones to wear earrings.
Yep.
Where's the line?
The line is depending on your culture, right?
Right.
There's some tribal cultures in South America where the men wear the makeup, and the ornamentation stuff like that, and women don't, right? So it really depends on your culture. So he's referring obviously to the Western American culture.
He's referring to classic 1950s American racist white man.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just it's so subjective, because if you watch it was like, what was it? It was just on something. They were talking about like wrestling, and those are supposed to be like the manliest men, And here they are like wearing tights and they have like long hair, and like these bright colors and all this shit, and it's just completely antithetical to like manliness, right? Of course, according to like whatever, that's what I'm saying.
According to this gentleman,
yeah, that's
manly of the sport to skip you the uniform.
This piece of shit. Yeah.
Here we go. He's got more to say.
Of course he does.
Oh goodness. Good.
Said too much already.
Okay, it didn't like me. Brent, you hit play.
I got you. Oh, it doesn't like me either. Oh, it's doing that fucking.
God, we gotta restart it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you might have to.
Back it. Let me pull it down.
Let me pull it and repost.
StreamYard keeps doing this. It's not the first time it does.
Yeah, I don't wonder why it's doing that.
Something with StreamYard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oops,
when you play the video, we can't pause it. We just gotta let it play through, I think.
Yeah.
We can pause it. It's when we pause it for too long.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then it thinks you've walked away from it and you're done. Because you're so irritated and angered by it.
Should be the second one there, Brent.
Remember, disclaimer, we do not agree
full
with
on disclaimer. Yeah, no, this is...
Yeah, full on disclaimer.
It's not a man.
I'm hoping that it won't...
Sadly.
I mean, we're far enough into the stream that they might not be
still
checking. Is it that one?
It's the second one.
Second one here. Yeah.
The world needs to see some manly, skinny jeaned.
I'm gonna skip.
There you go.
Homo effeminate, sissy preachers out there with makeup and mascara on their eyes for the camera? Isn't it about time you get some sweat on your forehead? Isn't it about time you get some dirt under your nails and get some grease on your hands? Isn't it about time you get some blood on your
People are
sword?
running around.
Cursed be the
They're up and
man
running.
that keepeth his sword from blood. We need heroes in this hour. Heroes have callous knees. Heroes might get terminated from their jobs.
Wait. Why did they have callous knees?
That sounds kind of.
Every preacher has to talk like this. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's so irritating.
Because it inspires us emotionally. It's not what he's saying. It's the energy. It's the cadence. There's so
100%.
much psychology behind this. It's insane.
Yeah.
Let's let him finish here.
It gets you like.
Heroes
I turned
might
it down a little bit.
not get invited to the family reunion, but I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold.
We prefer the silver and gold.
Good job, man.
You gotta have dirt under your fingernails. This guy doesn't look like he ever lifted anything in his
Right? He's talking about like calluses and being like a real manly man who could do things, and he just is like a
It's like,
dude.
see that?
He's not-
That's
he's
sandpaper on my microphone. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's how I get this. That's how I got my calluses. See?
Just so I can prove how manly I am.
That microphone is like 5 ounces at least, and I curl them. Curl my 5 ounces.
I mean, the dude was jumping around. He was standing on the pew. People were getting up and running around. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's how excited they were about him saying very homophobic things. Like, what in what world? Okay, so I can kind of get to, like, the Bible told me gay people are bad, and that makes me sad if they're gay. But these people are literally fucking excited that he's talking just terribly about people thinking, feeling humans. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it is. It's batshit. It's like, you know, they, you know, it's like, and it's not only, you know, gay people, just anybody that's not super masculine. Because this isn't like, you know, it's there's a spectrum. Like, I'm not that fucking masculine. I don't try, you know, I just am not. That's just not who I am, you know. But would I be like a piece of shit to him too? Like, what? Where do I fall in this fucking line?
Men should totally be more effeminate. Like, you just aren't gay enough for me. I'm sorry.
I also don't like the way he slipped in there blood on the sword. I really like that. Yeah, because he's talking about, you know, homos and all that. Blood on the sword kind of implies an image that's not very good.
No,
like, like we should go kill them.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's exactly what he said.
It's like a call to action.
It is,
but he didn't actually say that.
No. But just like Donald Trump didn't actually say "goes from the Capitol," right?
That's exactly.
He didn't say "goes from the Capitol," but he did wrap up enough and say, "We're walking down there, and I'm going to be walking with you and showing what we're made of."
Yeah.
But he didn't say "storm the Capitol."
Nope.
Like they kill the gays, but blood on the sword.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, what else could you fucking mean by that? Like, tell me. Like, break this down, sir. What could that possibly mean other than go harm people? You know.
So is that his definition of manliness? Like how big your sword is? Does he even own a sword?
You own.
No. Well, I think he's talking about.
Guarantee
the Bible.
you he owns a gun.
He just wants to beat people with the Bible because that's the sword of the spirit.
The Bible is the sword of the spirit.
Sword of the spirit, the shield of Thor, and the belt of Captain America.
Jeez, yeah, that was. It's sad that people are out there like saying stuff like that and getting that kind of a reaction.
It's unfortunate, but one of the great truths about public life is it's a lot easier to thrill people with hatred than with reason.
Yeah.
And when you get a crowd and you rile them up like that, the IQ drops dramatically. People don't think they're just
they're just responding. Yeah, they're just like, "What is he saying? I don't know. It's awesome. Yeah."
Yeah.
Let's run around in circles. Like, how are you even listening if you're running around in circles?
I mean, you just have to sound excited. Like, I just need to get like a microphone that I can run around with next time. And just shout at people because these things are not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's like a tech startup. You know, that's what it reminds me of, like tech people that are just like, yeah, you should get excited because this is the future, okay, of the world, whatever, you know, they just get everybody all amped up and then they steal all their money.
No.
Yes, exactly.
And let's not forget, you also got 500 billion angels behind there too.
Yeah.
Right.
For 30 days.
They're watching there.
Or your money
Do you
back.
think any of the 5 billion angels he sent were there?
Maybe.
A couple, maybe.
But
there's like 3 or 4.
He was there at first, but the first one they sent weren't manly enough, so they had to go back.
Okay.
Oh man, I gotta.
Right, so like,
gotta cut my hair and then I'll come back. Okay, it's gotten
like it's real long, and I did wear my makeup today. You're an angel.
But I mean,
put on some lipstick.
Gabriel's not a manly name. Give me Thor or something like that. Give me the
Gabriel's not manly enough.
Gabriel
It sounds too much like Gabby, and I'm not cool with that.
And there's no Gabbies out there that are any good.
Right.
Have you ever met a Gabby you like?
No,
I
never met a Gabby.
I don't even think I've actually met a Gabby.
I have.
And I don't even like Gab, the app. So, I don't like anything. No, and it's the other thing that's wrong with this too is it puts all this weird pressure on men to power through everything, so they can't ever admit when something's wrong with them, and you know, it keeps them from going to doctors, it keeps them from going to psychologists, psychiatrists, things like that, because you gotta power through. I was just having this conversation with Dallas, and he was like saying that he thought people on the right actually had better mental health because there was like some study that showed that people that were seeking mental health were less likely to be conservative. And so in his mind,
they're happier? No, they're just in denial.
That's right.
Right. They're not exactly. They're just not admitting that they have a problem.
They're not reporting it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They'll go, but you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's been like the old generation that never went to the hospital because they were afraid of dying. That's what they used to say. The old generation used to say, well, when you go to the hospital, you die. So you don't go, and they end up dying because they end up being sick. So.
Right. Exactly. And it's kind of the whole, like, Trump, like, man, if we just didn't test people, there'd be no COVID. You know? Like,
Well, no, and there's a side of it. So if you're looking at the study, with studies like that, you have to look at who they're getting the reporting from. If they're getting the reporting from the individual seeking the therapy, you're going to get very different results than if you get information from the therapist administering the therapy.
Well, they're twice as likely to go to religious people for mental health stuff. True. And they wouldn't call it mental health stuff. They'd call it like sin or whatever the fuck,
counseling.
Just counseling.
Just counseling leader, spiritual leader.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, the data's all fucked. Like, and I was trying to explain that to him, and he's like, nah, we're just better at coping. That's what it is. Okay. You wimps, everybody gets a trophy assholes over here. You guys are just wimps, and we can deal with stuff because we're tough, and it's like the same, like, kind of mentality, that's just ridiculous. And I'm just like, no, you guys actually have major problems that you will not go seek help for. Yeah. And that's a problem. And that's why Q is a fucking thing.
These problems are passed on from generation to generation, right? So when you, for example, when the classic one is, I got spanked as a kid and I turned out all right. No, you didn't.
Did you?
Yeah. No, you didn't, because you're thinking being a kid is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
Being a kid, so you did not turn out all right.
Right. You got to ask the people around you if you turned out all right. I think there's going to be some conflicting views here.
It just reminds me of those like posts on Facebook where it's like, if you drank out the hose and rode in the back of the truck and did this super dangerous shit, then, like it too, because you lived through it. And I always will comment on those. The people that didn't survive can't like this.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're fucking dead, dummy.
They played with lawn darts.
Right. Lawn darts.
I had that game as a kid.
That was some stupid shit. Wow. I can't believe that lasted very long.
I like the one, the remember the wood burning kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you an iron, and the iron had like a about a foot long cord, so you had to plug it right by the drapes as you try to burn.
Okay, my cord was a little longer than that. Yeah,
that's right.
Hey Kevin, Sabrina's cord is longer than yours.
Oh, well, I better go back and get manlier.
The thing is, though, that when it comes to like this whole manliness thing, and this problem doesn't just exist in the Christian world.
No.
Like people expect dudes to look a certain way, and if you look at say non-gendered clothing. So when you look at it from like a man's perspective, so most non-gendered clothing or androgynous clothing is kind of women's clothes that look mannish. You generally don't see the opposite. So like from a man's, like someone who is, like born as a man, they don't have like, you can't go buy a manly looking dress. You just have to buy a dress.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
No, I think you're right, and also, like you said, it's not just a religious thing; it's in popular culture. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's in every movie you watch. It's there's a very male stereotype and there's a very female stereotype. Although right now they're doing a lot of headway, making women appear more tough, in the movies and in movie roles, and not always a damsel in distress, and that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, good progress for sure.
For the most part, right?
As far as that goes, yeah. And I think a lot of the men in movies are becoming more they're just becoming less masculine, and can still be like heroes and stuff like that.
Not even necessarily even less masculine. They're allowed to have feelings.
Yeah, I was just saying
that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Besides angry or sad that my dog died, because you can be sad if your dog died, but you can't be sad for anything else.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird. That's allowed, but nothing else is.
But even like in secular communities, because recently I got into a full-on argument in Facebook in a secular group because someone posted this thing that was kind of questionable to begin with, because it was like this fashion show of all these men in different dresses, and they're like, "Which one of these would wear if you had to?" Was the start of it. So it was like,
Okay.
And then someone's commenting like, I wonder if they shave their legs. And so I, in response, posted a picture of me wearing a skirt with unshaved legs, and I was like, I think I look great. And this lady was like, no, you do not. Like, just straight up trashed it. And we started just going after her. But she was like, this isn't a secular group. She proclaimed herself to be a humanist. And she just kept using all these terrible straw man arguments. She was just trying to push them down. But even in the secular community, this crap exists.
Wow. Well, the funniest thing is, one of the manliest thing out there in fashion for men, a kilt. Right?
Yeah.
A Scottish kilt.
That's right.
Scottish kilt is it's real manly, right?
But a kilt is a skirt. It's just a skirt.
It is. It's just a skirt, really.
I mean, you wear with no underwear.
That too.
That's right.
So everyone knows that their balls are just hanging loose. That's the manliest part. You're walking there while the suckers are snapping side by side, and you not knocking them.
Yeah. Because gravity makes it get bigger. See, because the more it pulls towards the end, and you mash it down. It's not.
They're not slapping side by side because one of them always is a little bit higher.
It's like one of those little TikTok-y things.
And you end up putting on your truck and on your gun. You get your gun nuts and your truck nuts and your skirt.
Yeah. Jesus, that's really sad. If you feel
this whole weird.
Say, not only is the dog thing like they're allowed to get mad if or be sad if their dog dies, it's also the same way with their truck. Okay,
yeah,
because they treat those like they're members of the family. Right?
Oh yeah,
like
yes, those are traditional man-allowed feelings.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, I heard about your truck, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You want a hug? You want a hug?
But you got a bro hug where you like one arm and then
side.
So you got a like handshake that turns into a tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Generally, only 2 or 3 taps, real quick in succession, and then disengage.
Right. Yeah. And then push them away. Quit being gay, dude. Like, That was like half a second too long. Okay, come on.
But like the whole weirdo obsession of what clothes people want to wear, like why are clothes even gendered at all? If I find clothes and I like how I feel in them and I look good in them and I want to go wear them, who cares? Why should anyone care?
Yeah, exactly.
If I want to put mascara on, like this guy said, so I look good for the camera, who cares?
Oh, first of all, any person in front of the camera, they always apply makeup to this person, no matter who he or she is.
That's who probably had makeup on.
Yeah, probably did.
Very well, probably did.
That's the sad thing, is they're just like, I just got to say this, even if I'm.
But he drew the line at mascara.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the mascara that's the problem. Okay.
So maybe he's not wearing mascara. He's just got all the other crap.
He's got the powder.
He's got some foundation on, you know, to make sure he's not too shiny for the camera.
Yeah.
Like
maybe he's born with it, or maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Or as he would call it, Gabeline.
It's time for you to have sweat on your forehead. So you think if you're gay, you're not going to sweat?
Yeah.
It's like a side effect of being gay. All of a sudden, you just stop perspiring altogether.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of that, actually.
They use the antiperspirant effectively.
You're like, I had sex with a man, and now I no longer sweat.
That's
I have to cool down like a dog after a cat.
It's now a new medical treatment for the people with excessive sweating. So like, have you tried gay sex?
It could work.
Love to
I
see
mean,
that
you should
guy
just
in the
try it
doctor's
anyway, but
maybe
it'll help.
Try it.
Guy in the doctor's office would be just like, wait, hold on, what? All right, I'll try it. Let's do it.
Let me prescribe you to a bar. Go over there and ask for Mark.
Give it a shot.
He's your for the night.
Go over there, have a few drinks, flirt a little bit, dance.
I just got to bend over, right?
Hot. You're cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. They're doing the work, right, back there? All right.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, that's one way of doing it. Yeah.
I just don't want to have to, do a whole lot.
Okay, so
moving on.
Random thought. Have you all seen that app that everyone is using to turn themselves into cartoons?
No.
With the Disney one that makes you look like Disney characters?
It makes you kind of look like some sort of cartoon character. It's like an app. It takes a picture. It makes you into a cartoon character.
Oh, I've seen commercials for this. I think I've seen commercials.
Yeah, I think I've seen some.
It's in the same range as those apps that age you and stuff like that. They take a picture, but then they cartoonize. Cartoon the picture, I guess. Or the one
cartoonized works. It works. I got you.
The reason I'm bringing it up, though, is because it's kind of questionable, because I'm starting to see some reports of people with darker skin, it lightening their skin quite a bit.
Oh, God.
Oh, really?
But that's how cartooning works. Like, you can't have, full-on black people. I mean, this is...
Wow.
We're talking about these cartoons now. I mean...
So I don't know for sure. It looks real cute, but if it's doing that, that's a huge problem.
If it made me any
that
more
is
white,
weird.
I
know, right?
So
just like
to do it to somebody of the person of color is just beyond wrong.
Yeah, and I don't have enough information, but I've heard just kind of some things from some people. So I mean, it's something too.
I might like that. Does it give you muscles?
No.
The muscles stay the same.
Muscles.
Well,
it just alters your face and kind of blurs out the rest of the picture.
Yeah, it makes your eyes a little bigger. It may, you know what I mean, like your features,
features, and
That's fucked up. Yeah, that they're, I think because cartoons are supposed to be, they see it as being more it's trying to make you look more, like I said, the bigger eyes and stuff like that, makes you seem more attractive according to the Western ideology. So
you also remember, like
light skin.
Cartoon features are exaggerated features too,
right? Right. But it's trying to exaggerate features that would make you look attractive, right? So based upon like colorism and that bullshit is like the lighter skin, the more attractive, which of course is fucking crazy.
Right. So what's the reasoning? Like, is this an intentional thing on their part? What's the reasoning behind it? If it is, like, what's happening here?
I'm going to get. I mean, until we get more information, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because I know, for example, Sabrina likes to do these diamond paintings, and you can take a picture and send it to the place, and they transform into a diamond painting. But you know the contrasts between and the shading between two different colors is sometimes hard to pinpoint down. So if you lighten up the character's features, let's say somebody's got really dark skin, it might be easier to draw a contour of the face and to design the features that you're trying to exaggerate. It's just, like I said, it's a long shot, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
It's a possibility because they need to be able to see
to lighten the skin, but once it's being reported, it should be addressed.
I'm just saying that this is just something interesting that came across my plate, and I think it's something we should all be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you were to cartoon me right now, it'd be kind of hard to see where my lip starts and where my mustache starts, right? So you might have to lighten up the color of the mustache to make sure you can make the contour of the mouth appear better. It's just a point I'm trying to make, right? I really
that could be it. I mean,
believe that you'd have somebody like racist enough to just try to turn brown people whiter with an app. What would be the point of it? I mean, besides just talking to trouble, what would you do that for?
I think Brent kind of has a point on it, because there are some people, and it depends on who programmed this app, where traditional beauty standards mean lighter skin, and that may have been what they were going after. But
and that
again, like we said, giant maybe.
You know, like Japanese, Chinese cultures, those two specifically I know of, they value lighter colored skin. They see that as beauty. Same with the big eyes. That's very much a Chinese, Japanese, possibly Korean, but definitely.
It's like whiteness. That's why there's like they value whiteness like crazy in like Japan and stuff. That's why they have, like you said, like they have big eyes, like bigger than normal eyes. And then have you ever seen an anime with an actual Asian person in it? Like it's rare almost. Like, you know, it's usually white people in their movies, which is really odd, you know, because they're all made by Japanese people.
There's a very common plastic surgery in, I want to say Korea, where they create the white eyelid.
Yeah, you can get that. You can get it like, surgically done so that you look more white.
Very common. Like almost everybody gets it done.
Yeah. I've heard that. It's very common. And it's kind of creepy, you know, but it's just like, because we've built ourselves up to be like, hey, white is best, you know, these, folks that are programming this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's sad. And it's, I don't know. It's just something that kind of has been, like we were talking about with the schools and stuff, just sort of programmed into like other cultures and stuff, because we've just, dominated with this kind of stuff, and it's sick. Programmed other people into it, you know. It's crazy.
Also, I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the limits of the computer. Can the computer process that kind of detail? I don't know.
It's all going to be programmed in some way, shape, or form. So it's all in the programming language.
Well, and if it's programmed like, and it's based upon white people. You know what I mean? If they're basing it off of like, hey, we're thinking most, because usually that's what's happening. It's like they made this program for like by white people for white people, right? And then other groups come in, and so then it could lighten their skin or whatever, because they weren't even thinking. The thing is, about other cultures.
If you run it through with other colors, the other colors pull through. So like colors in the photograph, like other things going on with it, those colors are pulling through.
Like your shirt and shit, like your shirt will go through.
Like your shirt color, your hat color, things like that. They come through. So that means that it kind of means that they made a change. Like
it's
not copying the color; it's altering the color in the face.
Yeah. Well, it's like those filters, right?
on?
Like you've got Snapchat filters and all that. That literally like will change the way you look. It'll make you look like you're wearing makeup. It's insane.
Yeah,
I never wear makeup. If I want to look like I'm wearing makeup, I just kind of go take a Snapchat photo.
Right? Like,
That's awesome.
I put it on. I just need a picture where it looks like I'm wearing it.
Yeah. I see people do that. And I feel like it's really obvious, though. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, their face doesn't look like that.
There's actually Snapchat filters that do change the shape of your face.
Yeah,
She took a Snapchat
of me one time and made me look like a woman. And trust me, I was not a good-looking woman. Oh my god!
You look like everybody's. Yeah, you look like everybody's aunt with that mole that you can't stop looking at. You know.
Yeah, I was
Jesus. Yeah, that's freaky, man. Holy shit! I had no idea that was a thing.
And of course, we're not going to open that can of worms, but think of what that means about face recognition software and stuff like that. And it's like,
look at the world of dating. Online is really how people date. And you think about the level of filtering that's done on most photos, and then you meet these people in real life, and you're like,
nothing like
yeah.
I mean, that's
like the smoothing out photos where you're like, you don't look like this at all. Like, what is even happening?
I guess I'm a dumb because I never filtered my picture at all.
I don't either. I don't really care too much, but I'm like a lot of women. I really have. You know what? Like, I subscribe to the fact that men don't have to wear makeup to be accepted for what they look like. So why the fuck should I have to?
Damn right.
Exactly.
And really, if you don't like the way I look, don't fucking look at me. I really don't. I just don't.
Okay.
But does it hurt a little when you say that to someone and then they turn away?
No.
Right.
I don't like. So if you're not looking at me, it's great.
Great, problem solved.
It's like where they're just like, "I'm okay, cool. Oh, we're just gonna go over here now."
I just had to ask because you said that, and my immediate reaction was to turn away, but I didn't want you to actually get offended.
Nope.
So.
Oh, that's great. Shit. So what else we got in the docket?
Well, okay.
There's that other video that we haven't watched
We do have another video. This one's a little bit longer, but this great preacher, he is talking about how Christianity isn't cool anymore.
Oh, man.
You mean a preacher who's right?
Has it ever? I mean, has it ever been cool?
Well, 5.
No.
Let's see what the volume would be like. All right, here we go. You ready? I guess we'll just let it.
Pretty much everything is tolerated except what we believe.
Well, yeah,
because we believe in absolutes. We believe in the scripture.
Absolute.
You know, media could hardly contain its glee at the findings of a survey of what Americans believe.
Okay, so real quick, he said the media can hardly contain its glee because the evil, bad media is evil and bad and attacking them.
Yeah. And you know, when people tolerate everything except what you believe in, it's time to revise what you believe in.
No, that's when you know how right you are. Because the devil is working hard against you.
Yeah.
We do tolerate you.
No, you're only 70%.
We'll tolerate you when you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I tolerate you.
You're not trying to push your shit on me.
Yes, exactly.
All right. 70% of the country Christian, we're persecuted. Oh.
Damn it.
It's not that much anymore. Remember, what did we hear that new stat that's 40% atheist in the States now? It's creeping up there.
So.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I guess we can't pause him.
Okay, so
StreamYard.
I think I figured what happened. So when you play it and I try to play it again is when that messes up.
Oh, so it's got to be one person controlling it, you think?
You're in charge. Rock it out.
Okay.
You do it.
Okay.
I'll believe in you, Brent. You have an angel behind you.
I think I can do it.
He has 5 billion.
Pretty much everything is tolerated except what we believe.
Raise your hand when you want me to.
Because we believe in absolutes. We believe in the scripture. You know, media could hardly contain its glee at the findings of a survey of what Americans believe. The LA Times trumpeted in a headline, U.S. has become noticeably less Christian. major study
Thank
finds.
God.
Did you read that survey?
Yes.
And so it looks like there's less Christians in America today. The article went on to say, for probably the first time in U.S. history, the total number of Christian adults has declined. Is that true?
Star.
Yes, it is. It is true.
It's about fucking time. That's all I have to say.
Right, and it's because of the fucking internet, man. We can check you on your bullshit really fast.
Yeah,
really fast.
I can just dial it up right here on my phone. There we go. What you got?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so easy to just call people on their bullshit. It's the
world is becoming more and more educated, and that will fuck up your religion, no matter which one it is, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Oh yeah, because your whole thing is about fucking lying.
So I don't care if you believe in absolutes. They're not absolutes. They're absolute lies.
Trash.
And you shouldn't think in absolutes. Absolutes are never accurate.
Yeah,
ever. Unless it's like about dry and wet, like dryness and wetness. Like it's never, I mean, what something like
You're talking to Ben Shapiro, haven't you?
Yeah, we're buddies.
Knows a lot about dryness.
And it's sneering of the highest order.
That's no second.
All right.
See, things are not always as they appear. Here's what I think is really happening. I think cultural Bible Belt Christianity is becoming a thing of the past. There was a day when most Americans, say in the 50s or the early 60s, if asked what their faith was, they would say, I'm a Christian. Even if they didn't go to church except for Easter and Christmas, they would say, I'm a Christian. There was a certain quasi-biblical worldview where we understood that a man and a woman married, raising a family was a good thing. We understood that there was right, there was wrong, that the 10...
Hold on. So it seemed like he was conflating. Like, we see like a man and a woman getting married. It's a good thing. And there's right and wrong.
But
yeah.
What's funny here is he's saying, we used to all kind of agree that Christianity was a good thing. And then he's going to say, well, not anymore. But the reason for that is not because of atheists. It's because Christians amongst each other don't agree. This is how you go from having one Baptist church to the second Baptist church.
Yeah.
So it's between Christians. You guys have been essentially fighting yourselves, and to the point that now none of you actually believe what the other one believes.
Right. Well, they have no idea what they even believe.
By the religious community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
But it's cool because there's less Christians. It's because a man and a woman aren't marrying anymore.
Yeah.
Right. That's why.
That's a logical.
That's what he read, and that was his conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every time you say you don't believe in fairies. Just every time like a man and a man get married, there's seven Christians. It's like, I don't believe it anymore.
It's like these idiots are saying, there's more and more gay people. Well, where do you think they come from? They probably came from a hetero couple. They didn't come from a gay couple.
No.
And there aren't more.
No, they're just freer.
They're just out now.
Yeah. We just know they're there.
So persecution and oppression. Well, they still
everyone either had or knew somebody that had the friends that had aunts that lived together with no kids.
Oh yeah.
Uncle.
I got an aunt like that.
The uncle, your weird single uncle and his roommate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're like, but he's like 55 and he doesn't have any kids and he's not married and he really loves Barbara Streisand.
And children.
Yeah, and he's the best with the kids.
He's the best fucking uncle ever.
Yeah, he's the most fun.
Commandments were true, but now as we've drifted further away from those things, there's just a lot of people that aren't playing the game anymore. They're no longer saying I'm a Christian. They're saying I'm not a Christian or I'm an agnostic. And they've come up with a new designation for this category. They call them the nuns.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh,
No, keep playing it for just a second.
Okay.
N-U-N-S, but N-O-N-E-S. They're nuns.
They're nuns.
They're just into spirituality. They're not really sure what they believe. So what we have now are people who are being more honest about their lack of faith in God. Listen.
Oh, and that's a good thing, man.
So he told the truth.
Yeah.
No, but he's
gonna then lambast us for telling the truth.
But his whole attitude and his whole demeanor and the way he's speaking, this isn't something that's just he's talking about. It's something to be fearful of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he's inspiring fear. People aren't saying they're Christian anymore. People aren't following Christian values. America's gonna fall to trash. Like it's just setting it all up. Like,
but he wouldn't think. But he wouldn't.
What the Christians say anymore? Oh no!
But he wouldn't think that those people are Christians anyway. If they're like, I'm just a cultural Christian because my family goes to fucking mass every Christmas or whatever. He wouldn't think they're a real Christian,
right? But it's not cool to say you're Christian anymore, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, that's what we need to hear. Is that it's not cool to be Christian.
It was never cool to be.
Well, Trump took care of that, man. I mean, I feel like Trump fucked that. Like that's Trump right there. Like because nobody wanted to identify that way anymore. If you were just a reasonable person that was a Democrat or whatever, and you see like people praying to God in the U.S. Capitol while they're knocking over and shit and stealing fucking podiums. Yeah, you're gonna be like, maybe I'm not a Christian. I don't feel like I need to call myself that anymore. You know,
please don't associate me with the nut jobs.
Exactly. And Q and exactly. Just all of that. Just killed it.
That doesn't leave me hopeless. That leaves me hopeful. As my friend Russell Moore said, commenting on this, he says, Christianity emerged from a Roman Empire hostile to the core to the idea of a crucified and resurrected Messiah. We've been on the wrong side of history since Rome, and yet it was enough to turn the world upside down, end quote.
Pause that.
The wrong side of history. See, this is what I've been saying the whole time. It's the whole, because we're persecuted, because we're on the wrong side of the history, we know we're right. We know we are. Like the more that you talk against them, the more proof it is to them that they're right.
Yes. And first of all, Rome was hostile to Christianity. Maybe at the very beginning, because it was paganism that was in Rome, but soon it became the official religion of the freaking state.
Pope lives.
Yeah.
Rome hostile.
It's like.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Vatican. Vatican's like a country within a country, isn't it?
It is.
Basically, yeah.
A country within a city, actually.
But
that's because the Catholics don't want to give away control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. But that is just so weird that he's, saying like, oh, but remember back then it was the same, like, it's so weird.
He basically said we've been persecuted for all of history, so...
Yeah, martyrdom is huge in Christianity. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Jesus did, right?
Yeah. You could have 99% of the population of the earth Christian, and they would still find a way to say, we're persecuted for our beliefs.
This guy didn't, acknowledge... When I said it's because of Jesus, he didn't say, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that made me mad. Persecuted.
The temperature of the world keeps getting hotter and hotter, and the air is toxic because the earth hates us for being Christian.
That's right.
Yes.
Satan's working behind the scenes on climate change, I'm sure.
These two guys got married. I'm being persecuted right now.
Yeah.
You say that as a joke, but I've heard that.
I
know, it's sad.
It's disrespect. We invented marriage. It's ours. They can't have it.
We invented this legal contract.
God invented rainbows, okay? You get away from God.
It's supposed to be about Noah's Ark.
That's God's rainbows are God's promise that he won't abuse us anymore.
That he just won't kill us with water because he's going to kill us with fire. So anyway,
that's the next one.
Thanks a lot. That doesn't mean that much when you're just going to kill us with the opposite element.
Thanks,
asshole.
Dick. I'd rather drown than be burned, honestly.
Right. I'd much rather. It's a quiet death. You know what I mean?
Right. I just go to sleep. I'm done.
Exactly.
I just see more people to evangelize now.
Oh, yeah.
I just see greater opportunities. Jesus said in Matthew 24, this gospel will be preached in all the world, and then will the end come. So we clearly have our marching orders. But here's the thing. the Bible warns that in the end times there will be an apostasy. What is that? That means that people...
Because that's never happened
us.
before. Yeah.
We're the apostasy.
First of all, they had their marching orders for 2,000 years now, and they still haven't done shit about it. Still most of the population of the earth doesn't believe in you, Jeebus, okay? And the apostasy and the end of the world, you guys have been preaching the same thing for 2,000 years as well. Jesus himself was talking about end of days during this time when he supposedly was walking around. So come on, give it up. You had 2,000 years to prove your bullshit. You still haven't.
Yeah, but but God's time works differently.
Oh yeah,
yeah. 7 days isn't really 7 days.
He's on vacation.
Yeah. He's been on vacation for 2,000 years.
God likes to visit Kolob. He visits the Mormon God once in a while.
Yeah, he's hanging out.
Yeah,
they high five each other. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's helping. He's helping Thanos with his garden. He's just...
Thanos.
Who will fall away from the faith? Matthew 24:12 says, because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. 2 Thessalonians 2 says the day will come, but first there'll be a great rebellion against God. 1 Peter 4 says, the Spirit clearly teaches that in the last time some will depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and the doctrines that demons teach.
Seducing spirits sounds hot.
I know, right? That does sound oddly sexual.
The idea of you losing some of your followers as a sign of the end times has been happening since the medieval times.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So
people have always left faith.
Exactly. I mean,
this isn't new.
The peak of your faith was when Christianity was basically thrust upon you at the point of a sword. You had to say you love Jesus or die, and that was it. It's been in decline ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of did it. That kind of put a bad mark. It just put a bad taste in people's mouths, I think.
It kind of does. It kind of does. It turns out that, when you don't have a sword pointing at you, you really don't care much of a rat's ass about Jeebus. You really don't.
No, at least I don't.
So you think Jesus would hurry up and come back at least?
Right? Or do something, anything. Just do it.
Well, he does appear on Toast.
Occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
You forget that.
And on Tim Hortons' wall.
You got to get the right toaster. That's all. So,
I know that not everyone knows what Tim Hortons is, but apparently there was a Jesus on a Tim Hortons wall.
What? Never heard of that.
Yeah. I'll find you pictures. It was in Ontario.
The coffee's been bad ever since.
That explains it.
I think we're so much seeing people who are believers ceasing to be believers. I think these are people who are never believers to begin with, who are just walking away right now.
No true.
Because here's what I believe. If you're a true believer, you may go astray for a time, but a true believer will always come back home again. They'll always come back home.
Oh, and they clap for that.
Oh, they love that one.
They always come back home.
No.
They're just like, yeah.
Good boy,
my kid's gonna stop being an atheist any day now. I know it.
Back home every night.
Well, you know what? My parents to this day, my mother, my stepdad, they do think that I will come back to the fold.
I know, mine too. Yeah.
How many years since you spoke?
Yeah, anytime soon. Sorry.
I've seen it. I see it a lot on Facebook. There's people that try to give Bibles away on this local buy and sell page I'm on.
Oh, they do that here too.
And of course, then people in the comments just rip them to shreds because that's what atheists like to do. And I see comments frequently. It's always like, well, atheists are the ones who ask for God the most when they're laying on their deathbed. And it's like, no. I've been on my deathbed. I did not ask for God.
I asked for painkillers, dude. That's what
I did. Morphine, please.
More morphine, please.
This morphine shit is good.
It may take him a while. Like my mother, raised in a Southern Baptist church. She went to church on Sunday morning and Sunday night and Wednesday night. So when she was of age, she couldn't get out of that house fast enough and ran from her faith pretty much for her entire life. She didn't teach me anything about the Bible. She never took me to church. She didn't want it to have any influence on me at all. So what happens? Well, I become a Christian. And even more, I become a preacher. So things weren't working out so well for my mom.
People rebel in the weirdest ways. You know, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, you fucking got her, dude. You fucking got her good.
Yeah. You taught her a lesson.
Just owned, man. You owned her, man. Such a badass.
Like, she's like, go out and drink. And he's like, I'm going to church. Yeah, damn it.
She's like,
fucking teenagers, am I right?
She's like, you damn loser. Can you go out and get drunk and possibly get laid, please? For the love of fucking Pete.
Please,
no.
He's like, no, I'm going to Bible study, Mom.
Yeah, I'm a rebel.
I'm hardcore. Hardcore for Jesus.
Because you live hardcore. All right.
I just want Jesus to enter.
But in reality, they were working out very well. Because thankfully, at the end of her life, only a month before she died, she came back again. That's because a prodigal will always come home.
Because you badgered the fuck out of her. I'm sure of it.
Right. She, in the last month of her life, as she was in the throes of dementia, he was like, God, remember how you worship God when you were like 7? And she's like, yes, the Alzheimer's says God is good.
No, not even that. She was fully conscious. Said, fine, just full shit.
What a fucking little shithead. Yeah, God, he's fucking cool. I love him.
He walks out with his shoulders back. Nailed
what
it.
What happened is his mom was. Here's what really happened. His mom was in the retirement home, and she made a friend. And when he went out the door, all he heard was her yelling, "Oh God!" And he knew. He knew she was back.
I don't know. The door's locked, but listen.
She's screaming, "Oh God!" So she's back. I got her.
There's like banging in that room. Must be an exorcist going on or something.
Right, like she is feeling the spirit hard.
She's like really hard.
Really hard.
Oh God!
And she loved the spirit.
Oh.
Some about emanations of donkeys and.
God.
It's her favorite verse.
Here's a question to ask yourself. Are you a pig or a prodigal?
What?
What?
A kid or a prodigal?
Pig.
Pig.
P-I-G.
Pig. Or a prodigal.
Like oink, oink.
The pigs were a very small part of that story, and they don't, that's not how it worked. He wasn't like, I don't know, I'm trying to decide whether I should go back or be a pig. That's not how the story goes.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, I don't like to be called a pig, so I better hurry back to Jesus.
Was that like Pinocchio? Didn't Pinocchio turn into a pig?
A donkey, but yeah.
Donkey, same difference.
What kind of argument is this? If I don't turn to Jesus, people will think I'm a pig. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, he's got more to say about the pigs.
Oh, great. What thing is that to say? Well, they're both in the Bible.
Okay.
In Peter, we read about a pig returning to its slop or the mire, and a dog returning to its vomit. See, you can make a pig a pet. Pigs make good pets, I'm told. And so you can take your pig out. You can get him a little outfit. I had a friend once who had a pig as a pet, and I'm not making this up. They would take it to the beach. He says, but the problem is they get really sunburned. So I said, what do you do? He says, we put lotion on it. Who would want that job? Time to put the sunscreen on the pig again. I'd be like, give me that spray stuff. I'm not touching it. But the reason a pig will go back to the mire.
Why? That's weird. I wouldn't mind putting it on. It's just, kind of fun. You probably would like it.
How is this relevant to anything?
I mean, I know we do detours on tangents, but this is like, what?
This is common preacher move, though. It's tell funny, relatable story that makes the audience laugh a little bit. And then he's about to completely reel us in.
Yeah, because they were just like, I wouldn't want to put lotion. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. Like, they seem like, I think they would probably like that, and it'd be kind of cute. Like, I don't know.
I'm on Team Pig right now.
This relatable as I thought it would be.
I'm on Team Pig right now because, first of all, I don't want to deal with this guy. And if I'm going to be on Team Pig, I'm also taking care of the Jews and the Muslims at the same time. So perfect.
Right. Also, if I'm a pig, then I get to go to the beach and someone puts the sunscreen on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There
I don't have to do it myself.
Some cute girl puts sunscreen on me. That's perfect.
Right.
You know what isn't a pig? It's the products and services that fund this. No, I'm just kidding. But we gotta wrap up.
All right, punch it through. Punch it through. Let's finish it up.
Punch it through. Let's do it.
Is because that's the way they cool themselves off, you see? So it's the nature of a pig. And a dog will return to its own vomit. This is one of the reasons I know the Bible is true. Not because it predicts the future, but also because
it predicts
I've seen dogs eat their own barf.
Oh.
Haven't you? What goes through a dog's mind? Does he think?
I feel like this is like something very similar that's going through yours. I don't know. Like, Jesus.
What goes through your mind, bro?
Well, let me get this straight. The test to make sure the Bible is true is it says in there that the dog will go back and eat its own vomit. Really? Yeah. This is the wisdom of the Almighty we're talking about here?
So observations from nature are proof that the Bible is true.
Wow.
And they wrote it down.
I've seen this since people interacted with wolves. Jeez, really?
It's not like the people writing it could be like, hey, that could be a good he just ate his own vomit. Wait, we can use that. Let's write that down.
Go. Right down.
Let's write that down. That couldn't possibly be the case.
Nobody's ever seen a dog eat its own vomit at all. This is the first time in history we've noticed that. Praise the
Lord. Right, let's do a little bit more, and then once we get
I really
to
like a hot meal right now. Just blurp.
Blurp.
Then he eats it. He's happy. Then he'll go wash it down with toilet water. And then someone says, "Oh, dogs have very clean mouths." Okay, you let them lick you then in the face. I don't want it. I see people like kissing the dog. Yeah.
Oh, it's going into his bits.
Here we go.
I want to see the bits.
I'll at least give this to cats. They don't return to their own vomit. I'm always putting cats down. They're always choking on fur balls. That's their issue. But
they're licking their own ass too.
Nice.
We're talking about other animals.
All right, y'all. Well, hey,
this is beyond idiotic. And then you wonders with these kind of parables, he wonders why people are walking away from Christianity.
Right?
And he basically sums up with, we need to just preach, like that's
just bring the
like if you're gonna come back, you're gonna come back. Like true believers are always true believers. Let's help them all get back there.
That's
so
right.
if you're out there and you see dog vomit, you might be a true believer.
There you go.
Only if he eats it, though.
Only if he eats it, though.
Right.
You heard it here in the Bible first.
Well, thank you all so much for being on the panel. This is awesome. And we always end the show with, what do we say to the haters, discriminators, and masturbator shamers?
Fuck off.
And put lotion on your pig.